Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Sonic, WWE Team Bayer again for another video for you guys. And, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your WWE Summerslam 2022 review. Yes, the biggest party event of the summer has finally come and gone, and we are finally here to talk about here with you guys. Obviously enough, because what else are you here for? So, obviously enough, though, guys. Next up, I should say, before we actually get started, well, actually, two things. One thing, prior, as I'm just now currently being said, obviously enough, as I previously stated, I am quite certain if that small chance, grain of sand, if I did not mention it, then I am for sure and going to tell you that my next upcoming video is going to be the highly anticipated major channel update video, which obviously enough is going to come out this upcoming Saturday. Yes, I am not going to tell you this, guys, but obviously enough, this video has already been recorded. It actually is uploaded to YouTube. At the time of recording this video right here, you're going to be seeing this video here, my SummerSlam review, before you're going to be seeing the actual channel update video, obviously enough. But that update video is already in safekeeping on YouTube, already enough to be uploaded soon enough this upcoming weekend for you guys to actually freaking watch and actually see. Yay! But second off, and briefly before we actually get started to the review, because obviously enough, that's why you're here. And obviously enough, and actually, granted, I actually mentioned this actually in my update video. I noticed that my SummerSlam prediction video was rather long than I intended it to be, and I apologize for that. And actually, what enough actually said, and actually brought up that might have been my longest update, my update video, blah blah, but my longest video here on the channel. No, it ain't. And it very well may be my second or my third longest on the channel, but definitely not my longest, because that was my Royal Rumble 2022 review that I did with my dad earlier this year. Yays! Obviously enough, I actually did poke fun of that actually in the video itself with a bit of editing with the text that was on screen in my Royal Rumble review. So if you want to go see that, then by all means, go on back and watch that with my dad, because obviously enough, we had a good time doing it, so yay. And also good enough bonding time with my dad, because why the hell not? But anyways, guys, that was then. That's an old video. This is now. But obviously enough, I just thought I'd bring that up and just, slightly apologize for that once again, so we can actually kick off the review and, comedic and kind of, a home fuzzy feeling to legit welcome you guys into the review. Obviously enough, before we actually kick off this review, obviously out the way, so you guys can get prepared for what's to come up next with that channel update video that's due come this upcoming weekend, this upcoming Saturday at the time of recording, and hopefully uploading this video to YouTube. So, yays. So as I said, no more waiting. Here we go with the review. So as I said, SummerSlam 2020 review. 2022. Not 2020, 2022. Blah. Let's get started. No more waiting. Let's get started with the review, shall we? So let's get started. So we kick off the review with none other than the actual show. We kick off SummerSlam 2022 with Becky Lynch taking on Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. My prediction for this match was Bianca Belair to win, seeing as this could have sent Lynch into the Rumble contention to win it all and go to Mania next year for her next title shot. Not to mention giving Belair a feud with a returning Bayley or Flair to come out of this show. But wouldn't mind seeing her win in either case. Which either way, she won, because Bianca Belair retained and actually won this match. Obviously enough, what they said, my score to kick off the review and the show starts at 1-0. And my thoughts on this match definitely was an entertaining and enjoyable one to open the show on. Granted, I would wish that it held my attention more than it did, and that the ending with the Spanish Fly into the KOD was a bit less predictable of one, but still a good one to say the least. And hey, Bayley's back with a new posse of hers behind her in Dakota Kai and Io Shirai, or should I say Io Sky, am I right, guys? To face Belair as predicted, in a nice way to turning Lynch face in the process, as well to close off this match as we move on to the next match, which obviously enough is going to be Logan Paul taking on The Miz. My prediction for this match was Logan Paul to win, and he won this match. So that's my prediction score, 2-0. And my thoughts on this match was most definitely was something that went beyond personal expectations, as this match truly had plenty of drive and momentum into it to take and make it quite an entertaining one to watch for sure. Paul in the ring just keeps pulling out the surprises as he continues to show that he can truly hold his own if he stays in the business or even becomes a part-timer or on the roster or whatever he wants to do. Granted, he could eventually develop his own moveset, which is this is my personal nitpick about Logan Paul, by the way, as he was seen using plenty of other people's moves in the match, not to mention ending off Miz freaking with the skull crushing finale, to say the least, guys. Seriously. As well as improve on the mic, as he did in fact get a warm welcome in Nashville, much to what we all thought he would have had done. In all honesty, he could truly be a face if he just gets some proper assistance to get under and to get him there to fully get audiences behind him if he's to keep this character behind him. But in either case, though, match pulled all its stops and gave us a fun one to see on pretty much on this fun and just pretty fun and interesting and fun card so far. Blah. Moving on from that slight little botch as I was kind of finishing off that my thought process of the match, we go to Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. My prediction for this match was for Lashley to win to get Theory off to simply feud with Ziggler in the undercard where he belongs, in all honesty, within the new regime of Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, and co. behind them all. And I won this match, so that's my prediction score, 3-0. And my thoughts of this match was, match thankfully had a nice pace of things going on to carry it through after the Money in the Bank match. I don't know if you actually saw that, but I have my cat beside me. Hooray for Garfield. Yay. You know what? Here he is. There he is. Might as well bring him up. He wanted to be on camera. I might as well freaking bring him up. I might as well let him say hi. So there he was. Anyways, as I was saying, let me take us from the top, shall we? Match thankfully had a nice pace of things going on to carry it through after their Money in the Bank match, to keep momentum on it all, to not make it seem quite slow and methodical, as I've been critical with Lashley's matches as of late. Not to mention how the match overall didn't last too long to keep us going on the card to see some other matches we truly seem to care about and tune in to see, to be honest. Nothing bad to truly say on it all, but just served its purpose to say the least. So with that said, moving on to the Judgment Day taking on the Mysterios. My prediction for this match was for the Judgment Day to win. No matter if it's a turn from Dominic, or just to simply get the team a push in the right direction, since they've been losing momentum as of late, to be honest, and possibly get us to an Edge return to maybe even carry on this feud into some sense and to include Edge in it in some way to assist the Mysterios moving on past the show and on to the next, obviously enough. And I lost this match as the Mysterios picked up the win against the Judgment Day, so that's a perfect score, 3-1. And my thoughts on this match was, for the most part of this match was alright for me, to be honest, but it did leave me with a bit of nitpicks though. Firstly though, did Kevin Dunn make a break-in on production or something after so far having the night off? Seriously, guys? Cause this match, production-wise, kind of was a flop, to be honest, with all the sudden and repetitive camera cuts they had in this match as it went along. And I was kind of expecting them to keep Edge's return to not only a surprise, as they went and pretty much confirmed it during the kickoff show with the planned promo they had with him doing so, but to at least also save it as a post-match event to at least give Judgment Day a W under their belt, but to also give everyone another mark-out moment for on the show overall. But it's whatever, I suppose. Nothing totally upset. Nothing totally to get me truly upset here, but definitely a nitpicky match for sure. So with that said, moving on next, we have Pat McAfee taking on Baron Corbin. My first match was for Pat to win, and I won this match. So that's not transfer. That makes my predicted score 4-1. And my thoughts of this match wasn't as flashy or stunning as his one at Mania for sure, but Pat still came into this match with Corbin and overall gave us still a fun one to see. And must I say that I totally love the synergy that Cole and Pat have with one another, as you could truly see how behind Cole was in Pat during this match to truly show how strong of a bonding relationship the two have behind the SmackDown Live commentary table every week, to truly say the least. Because obviously, those two, chef kiss. Seriously, those two are together just excellent together. Truly a fun, heartwarming feeling to see for sure. To move on from this though, match again was entertaining as hell and totally continues the love and praise that's behind Pat for sure. Moving on though, we move on to the Usos taking on the Street Profits with Jeff Jarrett as a special guest referee in this Undisputed Tag Team Championship matchup. My predictions for this match, though, were for the Street Profits to win, to truly give them the rub they deserve, and to kick off my so-called quote-unquote domino effect, as I'm calling it, on the Bloodline storyline, but to see the Usos get the win if it isn't quite time for them to lose, and to maybe see the start, if not done alright here, to be honest, of the much talked about and foreseen split of the Profits. But my prediction was incorrect, as Usos did in fact retain the championships here at Summerslam, being the Profits, and as my prediction score, 4-2. And my thoughts in this match was, maybe not, while not the instant classic their Money in the Bank match was between these two teams, obviously enough, this match surely is a secondary watch that surely brought it all to give us a clear-cut win for the Usos in this feud after these two gave it their all to entertain us all for what they had to offer here at SummerSlam 2022. So there you go. Moving on next, we have Liv Morgan taking on Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship. My prediction for this match was for Ronda Rousey to win, but wouldn't gladly be wrong, would gladly, but I should say, I don't know why I said I wouldn't be. I would gladly be wrong and see Liv continue her championship run past Ronda to move on to face the likes of a returning Flair. My prediction was incorrect, as freaking Rhea Ripley, blah. Rhea Ripley, why did you jump out of the, why'd you leave the Judgment Day to freaking come to this match, blah. Freaking Liv Morgan beat freaking Ronda Rousey in this match, as obviously Ronda lost this match, though in a cheeky fashion, as I put in my freaking notes here, obviously enough, and as we're going to see here in a bit, we're matching on both my thoughts. I should probably address, because obviously it's a big pinpoint. In fact, obviously, and people are still talking about it, actually still, discussing it here, even in current day, as we're heading actually into the likes of freaking Clash of the Castle. Obviously enough. After this match, obviously enough. My score of this match was 4-3, though, and my thoughts was match went from being one full of drive and adrenaline into it all to one that blew its gasket with how it ended. Truly a shame it had to be this way. For whatever reason, we're surely to hear about it in the behind the scenes reports to come, which obviously there was little to none, obviously enough, because obviously, like I said, it's just, that's just how the match ended, so blah. So obviously enough, like I said, obviously enough. Ronda got her on the armbar, and the rest all as a pin, and Liv tapped out as the ref counted 3, and the ref didn't see that, so we just had to move on. We just had to move on to see what that was. With really no freaking payoff whatsoever. Blah. Anywho's though. But at least we've got Liv still as champion and a heel Ronda out of this from the looks of things. Even though that last image kind of may or may not be true. Because obviously Ronda's still being cheered by the fans. So she
could be a still face, she could be a tweener. She's definitely not a heel right now. As of right now, she's not a heel. Let me just say that. So moving on from that though, and from Ronda and Liv as a whole, we are here at the main event, which was Roman Reigns taking on Brock Lesnar for the Undisputed Universal Championship match here. Let me phrase it. The Universal WWE Championship. Blah. All that jazz. Both titles on the line here for SummerSlam 2022's main event. The last man standing match. Blah. In news, my prediction was for Reigns to win to keep the clear image already established in having Roman face Drew at Clash of the Castle, but could definitely see Lesnar pulling the surprise and still getting us there to clash against Drew to still deliver the result we all seen coming here. No, let me phrase this. But I could definitely see Lesnar pulling the surprise and still getting us there to Clash of the Castle to face off against Drew McIntyre to still deliver the result we all see coming there. And to also, there's Garfield again. If you don't see him, then he's right down here. Get back down and try to close the video. So, let me raise this once again. I can still see Drew. I can still see Lesnar beating Reigns and going to face Drew at Clash of the Castle. Blah. Point still being, I can still see the freaking. And with that said, I can still see the freaking result we see coming there at Clash still be in effect. Obviously enough to also rewind back to the Mania match. The public we didn't see to get live due to the pandemic taking a hold of the world around that time, because obviously we could still have Lesnar, because obviously when the pandemic started at WrestleMania that season, it was Lesnar and Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre won the championship during that first ever WrestleMania pandemic season pay-per-view event, and there was no crowds, and so this could give WWE and Drew the payoff to finally get Drew that big WrestleMania moment that he deserved at that time, facing up against Lesnar. So there. Hence all that jazz. I was trying to close off that freaking point of the paragraph of my thoughts with me botching, going on my words, and trying to freaking start out with this goddamn cat that's right in front of me on this gosh forsaken coffee table. Blah. Help me, guys. Help me. Anywho's, with all that said, Reigns was my prediction, and my prediction came true as Roman Reigns did retain and actually beat Brock Lesnar in this match, and my prediction score after this match was 5-3. And my thoughts on this match was, this match quite literally shook the foundation of Nissan Stadium with the what that. Let me rephrase this. This match quite literally shook the foundation of Nissan Stadium with what all went down here. Yeah, it could be considered a bit of a nonsensical demolition derby kind of match for what it was overall in the end of things, but it was still an entertaining one to say the least. As we look to see where Roman and Drew take us into the castle for the clash to come. Obviously enough. So with this said, my total score of the show once again after this match was 5 wins and 3 losses, and my overall thoughts to close out this review overall is this, and I quote, the show to me was overall a nice and entertaining start to what's to come out of the new regime, with this being the last Vince-style booked pay-per-view before truly kicking off the Triple H creative era. Hooked me in plenty throughout the show and definitely held it there for quite the most of it. And when I wasn't exactly doing so, I surely was audibly while briefly doing various things on the side, obviously enough. Granted, it did have its bits of points I feel like it could be considered nitpicks here and there throughout its run. It truly was one that left myself quite invested and was enjoyable to say the least. B to B plus level grade show if I had to throw one out there as we move on to Clash of the Castle and the next video to come prior to it here on the channel here to come, which obviously enough once again, is going to be the already uploaded and highly anticipated major channel update video to come up this upcoming Saturday at the time of recording and hopefully uploading this video. Obviously enough. So, once again, guys, I want to say this once again. I want to thank y'all for watching this review for SummerSlam 2022. Obviously, note the show was a great fun time, and he just dropped the air conditioning remote. Blah, that just happened. This is what happens when you're recording it all live, and you can't freaking do anything about it because your gosh darn cat is right in front of you. Joy, help me, guys. Anyways, guys, once again, Triple H, Stephanie, and everyone behind them is kicking off their new regime and style, with the show being a good enough time, and legit everyone seemed to enjoy it all around. So good things are to come heading out of the show as we're going towards Clash of the Castle, because obviously as of late everyone's just been talking non-stop good things about WWE as of late, and that stuff's not gonna keep going up and up and up and up and up. And you shall see and hear more about my thoughts on the new regime heading into it all in that upcoming update video to come up next on the channel. Enough. I cannot freaking pressure you guys enough. Go, and when that video comes out, watch it and see it. Please watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. You need to see, you need to watch it. Please. Please watch it when it comes out. So, please. So, whenever that does, so until then though, until you see that video pop up on your freaking subscription boxes, I shall see you guys then for the update video for all I had to say then and there. I want to once again thank you all for watching this video, and I shall see you guys technically up next on my channel update video, but in theory, in a live and serious fashion, you shall see me up next during my Clash of the Castle 2022 prediction video. So with this said and done, I want to see you guys then. I shall obviously I'm gonna say goodbye right now. So until my update video, and in theory into Clash of the Castle, guys, I once again thank you all for watching this video. Signing out, guys. So once again, guys, I'm freaking running my throat dry enough, and my cat's freaking almost probably gonna freaking on the urge of probably gonna start try to freaking reach out for me again. I'm Star 318, and I shall see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.